One slap, there'll be factory reset. A reset to your senses. Am I talking to somebody here? I have a driver in Lagos, very stubborn. If he carries me, sometimes I beg him. I say, hope you know you me. He doesn't fear nobody. He doesn't fear nobody. I mean, he doesn't fear anybody. Hey, you, are you crazy? Come on, get out of there. Yeah. But I notice when he sees military, once he sees soldier, he doesn't say a word. And I know why. One time he had dropped me off and he was just driving, and I saw that man was talking to a park, and he said the man overtook him and told him to come down. He came down. The man said he should squat. The man said he should push the trailer. He said, which trailer? He said, there's a trailer in front of you, push it. He was looking for the trailer. When they slapped him, he said, when they slapped him, he said against his will. He said, I said, what happened? He said, Papa, I didn't turn, I rotate. And they took him to a place that was muddy. They said he should swim. The guy was busy. Swam and he did all of that. They said he should do it. When he came out, he said they said he should go. They didn't just say he should go. He said he was looking at the car, looking at the key, looking at himself. It's just, from that day, am I talking to somebody here? Boy Scouts don't spend 4 years. Red Cross don't spend 4 years. The longer time you spend, the deeper you understand the craft. The Igbo man will teach you business. He says, serve me for 7 years. In 7 years, he understands all the intrigues. He understands the business. He understands that anybody that brings money to the shop must not take that money out. It is a law in business. Once you bring money to the shop, you must not take that money out. Anything that you want to buy, we have it. If it's not here, it's in the other shop. It's a law. You must not. Why? All of this are because you have spent time. Are you following what I'm talking about? But the problem we have today is there are many people who are not sound in their craft. Not sound. Not deep. And they want to appear. They want to emerge. Even professionals keep going through professional courses. Human resource courses. People are brushing themselves up. Brushing themselves up. And there are people, the last thing they ever knew about their course was what they learned in the university. The last they knew about their course is what they, not knowing that this is a modern society. I might talk to somebody. Economists tells you all things being equal because they know things will not be equal. Depth. We have people with minimal depth. In any craft, any pursuit, you need to be deep. You need to be deep. You need to understand that because when you appear so soon, you disappear so fast. When you appear so soon, you disappear so fast. There are people that are Benz mechanic. They fix Benz. There are people, they are Toyota mechanics. And there are some people, they fix all cars. They are groomed in Benz. On their own, they choose to learn Toyota. They choose to learn Peugeot. They choose to learn Lexus. You bring anything, they will fix it. And there are some others that have become stereotype. They stay with one training. And guess what? They expire. Because no depth. He said they spring up so fast, but there was no depth in them. In the name of Jesus, you will not disappear so soon. I say you will not disappear so soon. You will not disappear so soon. You will not look at Jesus now. 12 years he was answering questions, asking questions. Are you aware there was nothing heard about him until he was 30? 18 years of incubation. From 12 to 30, nothing heard about him. 18 years of incubation. How many people today can wait for 18 years before appearance? 18 years? Stay behind the scene? 18 years of incubation. 18 years of preparation. Joseph, 13 years in Egypt, preparing. David, 13 years behind the scene, preparing. What were they galvanizing? Depth. Depth. Understanding their calling. Understanding what they are called to do. Understanding their craft. Understanding their discipline. understanding their assignment, understanding their design. Am I communicating? Understanding it. The more you spend time with a thing, the more you understand it. There are people that can open your laptop, your iPad, and they will couple it back neatly. They've spent so much time with the iPad and the laptop that the laptop has become part of them. They will open it, they will couple it back neatly. Am I communicating now? Because of depth. Number 3, he said the next, in verse 7, they fell among thorns. What is the first? Wayside. What is the second? Stony ground. As a seed, the third is thorns. Thorns. Thorns is an expression of character flaws. Thorns is an expression of several vices. Thorns is an expression. So God is saying, as you go on in life, you will meet people with characters that will almost ruin what you carry. These are thorny people. These are people with entitlement. These are people who are mischievous. These are people that take advantage of good. These are entitled people. These are people who will do everything to mutilate your effort. They are people called thorns. They are toxic in life. These are people, you meet them, they leave you with a scar. Oh my God. There are some of you, you see some people, you say they have become quiet. Some people are not quiet. Some women are not quiet. Some men are not quiet by nature. They are trying to recover from hurt. There are some people trying to recover from pain. Your wife is not talking. Your husband is not talking. Your children are not talking. Your nephews are not talking. Please don't judge people when they are not talking. Some of them are trying to recover from hurt. Some of them, life has taught them to be careful. Some of them have to go through statements, go through things, brainstorm over time. Because they've met thorns. They've met thorns. They've met thorns. Listen to me, child of God. Can I say this? And I want everybody to listen to this. That God gave you a brother. Same mother, same father. Same blood connection. Does not automatically make you deserving of his or her blessing. It is the value you add that determines the blessings you attract. A brother or a sister can pick a friend over you and will not feel guilty at all, because that friend brings more value to him or her than you. Being a blood connection is meaningless when there's no value addition. What value? When you see people, you meet people of same brothers, same father, cousin, relatives, and by providence, God has lifted them, God has positioned them strategically in the place of blessing. Don't assume that because they are your nephews or your relatives, automatically they have to bless you. You must look for how to add value. Are they doing a business? You cannot add to the business. Post their business. Announce their business. Talk about their business. Give them counsel on how that business can expand. Help them block leakages. Bring some value, and that makes you reasonable. That makes you valued, rather. But you can never get anything from a blessed man when you have no value. He will pick his friend over you. There are people that will help a PA more than they will help a sister. They will help a PA than they will help a brother. They will help a driver more than they will help a nephew. Because that person, even though they are not blood connection, Proverbs 18:24, there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. You must play value. There is value addition. What value are you bringing? You can't expect much from here you have not added value. Can I say this to you? Every great man became great by being wise. They are very transactional in their mind. When nothing comes from you, they zero in on help. You must understand the place of value addition. What are you bringing? I met a president one time. And when three of us, and we're told that he's traveling. I went with Dr. Fidelis and 2 other persons. And the man was looking at his time when we were coming in. We got in. And as soon as we got in, we started talking. I engaged him in conversation. I was telling him how to, because they were used to certain things they are exporting. And I saw that their land was very fertile. They could go into agriculture. So I began to engage him. We were talking for 1 hour. So I say, Mr. President, they say you are going out. He said, forget what is going out. This thing you are saying is exactly what I've been saying to my people. And they are not listening. We kept, his value. He wasn't listening to prayer, his value. There was a Nigerian president one time who called and said they should tell me to come. Many years ago, I didn't want to go, but mommy said I should go. And we spoke, he said, just go. And I went there. I entered into the villa. That was my first time in the villa. I entered there. They took me to another place. He came. He was putting on his cap. He said he's going out. That we should just pray. So I sat down. I'm saying this before the God of heaven. When we began to talk, he said, hold on. He took a pen and a paper and began to write. He said, in my biography and my memoirs, I will write this. When I kept on talking, he asked me a question. He said, where have you been? He's alive. He's alive. He said, where have you been? I said, what, sir? He said, people come here and they have nothing to say. I sit down hoping to get something. He said, but everything you are telling me, if you had told me earlier, I would not make some mistakes. Before I got there, by divine inspiration, I had asked God what to say, and I have sat down to brainstorm. And he gave me his number. I said, this one is very private. Only few people have it. You can reach me directly with this. I will pick, not my PA. I will pick by myself. Sir, people did not drop you. You had no value. There are some people that were offloaded on the way to destiny. People offloaded them. They offloaded them. Why? Because they had no value addition. When you add no value, stop feeling rejected. Stop saying you were rejected. You add no value. Think of some fell among thorns. Thorny people are jealous, are liars, are mischievous, are competitive. They see someone rise, they want to rise. There are people you are trying to help and they are struggling to be like you. You are trying to carry them. You are trying to help them. They are not seeing you as a helper, they are seeing you as a competitor. You are trying to open the path for them. They are not seeing you as somebody who's opening the path. They want to take that thing that you have. Their target is to make you helpless. Their target is to swap so that they can be the helper and you can be the dependent. There are people you are trying to carry. There are people you are trying to help. My God, may you not feed a snake that will bite you. May you not feed a snake. One day, Jesus said, somebody here will betray me. Somebody here will betray me. Somebody here will betray me. And Peter stood up. Lord, is it I? Jesus said, I know you talk too much. It's a weakness, but you are not the one to betray me. John stood up. Is it I? He said, John, Ajabota, you are so lazy. You are just putting your head on my shoulder. It's not you that will betray me. Matthew stood up. He said, Matthew, I know you love carnal things. You are a money monger. It's not you that will betray me. You don't understand. It's my own brother. Someone from my tribe. Do you know the Bible says, he that dippeth his hand with me, not after me. Judas was so close to Jesus that when Jesus is eating, Judas is eating. Until they dip their hand with you, they can't use that hand against you. It is the hand that they dip with you that they use against you. It is the hand that they dip with you that they use to betray you. It's the hand that dip with you. Oh my God. Listen to me. If you are entitled or if you are an ungrateful person, somebody has helped you. Someone has supported you. And now you are speaking against that person or you are fighting that person. It's not a problem at all. It's a prophecy that you are accruing to yourself. The truth is life will be harsh to the ungrateful. Life will be toxic to the ingrate. For those who are ungrateful, nature and universe fights them. Nature and universe rises up against them. If you speak about a man or a woman who has been a blessing to you and you speak about them condescending, condescendingly. You speak about them with reproach attached. You speak at them with malice, with campaign of calumny. Not a problem. Not a problem. You are setting up yourself for destruction, because life is a return on investment. As you do that to them, nature stands against you. Even your prayer becomes sin. Your prayer becomes judgment, because you are paying evil for good. He said, because they have paid evil for good, let their prayer become sin. What you thought was an intercession is becoming a sin. Learn to be grateful. Do you know the prodigal son? The Bible says concerning the prodigal son, no man gave to him. Why? The way he treated his father, nobody trusted him. Nobody gave him. The way he treated his father, nobody invested in him. Nobody gave him. Men are not stupid, men are sensible. Whenever you speak against a platform that raised you, men begin to suspect you. No man wants to waste his investment because you didn't value the previous one. No one wants to give you further help because the one that helped you, you are fighting them. The only people you are going to have, an ungrateful person only has bloodsuckers around him. He only has people that are collecting. Nobody invests in him because nobody trusts him. If you can do this to a person who made you, what else can we do for you that you appreciate? Nobody trusts an ungrateful person. Nobody trusts an ungrateful person. If you are here and somebody has ever helped you, no matter how table turn, no matter what happened later, the highest you will do is to walk away. Focus on their support. Never. A young man came from Owerri. He said to me, he was serving a man building materials. And he served this man, and the man is fighting him. He wants to start his own business. The man has refused to support him. I said, how long have you been with him? He said, 14 years. The man has not settled him. That he's going to fight. He's going to do this. And I told him, I said, listen, let me give you a counsel. Nature does not support what you are doing. You see that man? Go and make peace. You see, there are two things, if you don't possess them, two elements, if you don't possess them, you can never go far. You can never go far. One of them is gratitude. The second is apology. Learn to say thank you and know how to say I'm sorry. That is a proof of a great man. A great man knows when to say I am sorry. A great man knows when to say. If you lack these two components, greatness will be far from you. You'll be struggling to appear great, but you will not be great. You will lack substance. When a man is grateful and a man understands how to say I'm sorry, it takes nothing from you. In fact, it shows you are a bigger person. I said, go back there and say I'm sorry. He says, no. I said, shut up. Go back there. He went there. Now he's in Lagos. He does the same business. Anytime people are calling that man in Owerri, they are calling him for some supplies. You say, meet my boy in Lagos. He can handle this business. And anytime I'm doing my birthday, he sends me an offering and always say, thank you for the counsel you gave me 7 years ago. He said, because this man, the blessing I've gotten after leaving him is more than what I got while I was with him. He refers people in Lagos to me. He refers people I help clear containers. I get commission. Am I communicating here? Learn gratitude. You are an apprentice and you have liquidated your boss. And you are praying. Some of you who have companies, who have investments and businesses, anytime you are trying to balance your account, you are seeing the money balance, but you cannot see the money with your eyes. The account is balancing. Account is because you are with a smart thief. Account is balancing. You are seeing the balancing, but not seeing the profit. You are with a smart thief who is even smarter than you. You leave the business and go home. The person is there calculating how to cover books. The entitled. I beg you, in all your misbehavior, be very careful. In all your misbehavior, be very careful not to be a thorn. Look at Paul. Paul, the Bible says, when they got to Melita, Paul carried sticks. And as he dropped the sticks to prepare the fire, a viper came out. Meaning, when Paul was carrying the stick, there was a snake pretending to be a stick. That snake pretending to be a stick, it pretended it was a stick waiting to be carried. There are people you carry as sticks not knowing they are snakes. There are people you carry as sticks not knowing they are snakes. It is when you carry them, you will understand that, what? What? This person is like this. One time, I went abroad with 5 people. They to come back, we were 4. We are looking for one person. Brother lost. I didn't know you had told them that he not they come back. Oh, he said, Pap, I'm not coming back. We were looking for him. I was more worried, so I called the wife. As the husband reached you, he said, no, he's not there with you. I said, don't worry. We were looking for him. We couldn't stay further. We had to travel. We were looking. He didn't reach me. He didn't call me. He didn't call anybody. He just entered town. It's a visa that they are struggling to get. Papa said we should get it, go and call. Come back where? He lost. We were looking and bothered. A week later, our pastor there called me that the police called him to verify something. And when they went, it was man of God. Man of God was handcuffed. The handcuffed man of God. And when the pastor came, they said, you know him? The pastor said, yes. The pastor called me. I said, you agree you know him? Do you know him? You agree you know him? He said, Papa, he came with you. I said, did I tell you I know him? That he came with me means I know him. He acted as a stranger. So he should be treated. One of the reasons why people misbehave is because they are not allowed to face consequences. Well, that's why there's justice. The reason some people can't do certain things today, there are some people that will never be born again in church. It's prison. They will encounter Christ. Light will shine in their prison. When they enter Kiri, light will shine. Their salvation is in Kefi prison. I'm telling you the truth. When they enter prison, after 3 slaps, you will see revelations. Their eyes will open to dimension. Portals will be opening to them by functions of slaps. Because these are people that refuse to learn easily. Am I communicating here? Am I communicating here? Entitled people, 16 the Lord hates, and the 7 is an abomination to God. 16 the Lord hates, and the 7, Proverbs chapter 6, from verse 16 to verse 19. These are characters of thorny people. Proverbs 6, 16 to 19. These are character of men with thorns. He said, these 16 does the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Verse 17, a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imagination, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lie. Then the 7 that the Lord hates, or is an abomination, he that soweth discord. 2 people are not talking because of you. You lied to this. The Bible says your own. God said, I don't just hate it. It's an abomination. You spoke to this about this and spoke to that about that. You stood at the middle. You told me this person is not good, yet you are still talking to him. You told me this lady is bad, yet you are still talking to her. You said, how come this person you say is bad and you are still talking to her? No, it's because you don't want me to talk to him so that I don't know the things that you have said against me. That is... When people tell you people are talking against you, please confirm what happened. You'll be surprised that they are not the ones talking. It is those that reported you that are actually talking. When people are not talking to you because somebody said something, and this person who told you is still talking to that person, please, you need to talk to that person to find out what is going on. He that sows discord, you plant seeds in people's hearts. Friends are no more friends because of you. Brothers are no more brothers because of you. Colleagues are no more colleagues because of you. You run them down, but yet you are talking to both parties. Be careful of people who advise you against people they are still in contact with. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Be careful about people who advise you against people they are still in contact with. Don't be stupid. Am I communicating here? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. I told one of my children yesterday, I said, listen, you are telling me this person did this person did this. You see this person that told you, that is the person you should run from. He said, he told me what they said. I said, what was he saying that they were comfortable to tell him this about you? So there is a way I would defend you. People will be comfortable to say nonsense about you to me. But there are certain things people will tell me about you because of how comfortable I am to listen and my contribution to the statement. Please be careful. All of these things, God gave you brain so that you can rest. If you are waiting for everything to be inspired by the Holy Spirit, you are wasting time. God gave you brain so you can rest. It's not 24 hours. God will be giving you revelation and wisdom and knowledge. So he puts something called brain so that one can help you process things. God gave you brain so it can rest. There are things you need brain to process. That's why God gave you brain. Late Archbishop said, every head without sense is a load to the neck. Every head that has no sense is a load, a burden to the neck. In the name of Jesus. Everyone with thorns. You know another word for thorn? You know what it be thorn? Chuku chuku. Not being the column. Every chuku chuku. Thorn, piercing. When you encounter thorning people, you must bleed. You must bleed. They leave you with pain. You must bleed. You must bleed. But it's good. Because thorning people leads you to the next group of people. The next, the Bible says, and it fell on good soil. Don't forget, others, ground. When it got to the good one, it says soil. A ground and a soil are different. The ground is the hard surface of the earth. But the soil is the illuminated surface of the earth that is good for planting. Meaning there are some people you don't sow into. You don't invest time. Guess what? Some fell on stony ground. Some fell among thorns. Some fell on the wayside. But some fell on good ground. The sower didn't stop sowing because some fell on the wayside. The sower didn't stop sowing because some fell on stony ground. The sower didn't stop sowing because some fell among thorns. He sowed again and they fell on good ground. He sowed again. You can start that business again. You can start dating again. You can start that school again. You can start that investment again. Am I communicating here? It doesn't matter how many times you've lost. You can start again. You have lost it 3 times. Why did God allow it happen? It's so that when you get to the good soil, you can place value. If there are no waysides, if there are no stony grounds, if there are no thorns, you can't value good ground. Do that thing again. Go back again. Go back to school again. Someone left church and went to the world because 3 brothers who proposed to her got her pregnant and abandoned her. So she had 3 children from 3 men. She went to the world and heard me preach. And I began to preach on You Shall Rise Again. And she began to listen to the word. She said to me, sir, the only message you've preached that I've not looked for is the one you have not preached. He said, I will sit down with YouTube, Facebook. I was eating your messages. He said, I went back to school. He said, I'm in my 400 level now in school. I'm getting my life back. He said, more than 10 years I left church. I felt God had offended me. I said, no, God didn't offend you. It's men that remain men. God is God. Let every man be a liar. God didn't offend you. Church didn't offend you. That you met the wrong people doesn't mean that principles can be broken. God didn't offend you. It meant a good soil, a good ground. Sir, I don't care how many wrong people you've met. There are good people. I can tell you. Personally, I can tell you. There are good people. There are people, oh Jesus, help me. There are people that will treat you in such manner you are asking yourself, what did I do to deserve this? Are you wondering, as the pastor of this ministry, I hear people say, Papa, I've seen betrayers. Papa, I've seen betrayers. No, I've not. I'll tell you the truth, I have not. Because the good people around me don't make me remember anything. I showed mommy somebody. I showed mommy someone. And I said, I don't understand this this lady. I don't understand. She said, when she saw, I said, I don't really understand this person. What did I do that God brought this person? That has carried me as a project. As a project to say anything I can do. I was talking to his son yesterday. I said, why are you doing all these things? He said, God said I should follow you. God said, everything I can do. So the only thing I can't do for you is the one I can't think of. And you expect me to remember wrong people? I don't remember. Listen. If you are not a good person, you can't be taken advantage of. Only good people are taken advantage of. But can I surprise you? Only good people get rewarded with good people. Evil men attract their kind. Don't stop doing good. Don't stop. Don't stop. There are people heaven will introduce to you. And you start seeing all the good works, all the help and support you gave. You start saying, oh, when I was doing this, I thought I was being used. When I was doing this, I thought I was being taken advantage of. So this is how God pays me. This is how God rewards me. There are things I can't share with you so that you don't disappear from here. This is how God rewards me. This is how God. Good soil. So there are good soil. You have cried, you have wept before, but there is good soil. There are people that can take you as a burden. As a burden. Good soil. I know you've seen wayside. You've seen stony ground. You've seen tongues. But God says your season to see good soil. Stand on your feet. Okay, I made it. Good soil. Hey! Some of you, I want to advise you. Go back and think of that person that has blessed your life. Secondary school, primary school, university. At a point, they took up certain burdens of you. You say, oh, Apostle, when they were doing that, they were not kind, they were not nice. Forget about that. Focus on their good stuff and go and thank them. Send them a message after this service. Send them a message. They might have done something wrong. Forget about that. Forget about that season of your life. God used them to preserve you. There are some of you, if not somebody God introduced to your life when he did, you would have been in the streets. You would have been in the world. But God brought that person. That person made life easy for you at that time. Send them a message. Because the reason why you are praying now, things are not working, might be because you took advantage of a help that came from God. So God, they say, why would I open further doors when you have short memory? These are things that as Christians, we think everything is about spirituality. But we treat people wrongly. Wrongly. No matter the prophecy you carry, it's a favor with God and man. You can have favor with God, which is a function of spirituality. But favor with man is a function of character. Despite the prophecy David carried in 1 Samuel 18 verse 5, 1 Samuel 18, 14, 18, 30, and David behaved himself wisely. No matter your prophecy, you must still behave yourself wisely. In Psalm 101 verse 2, David told us, I behave myself wisely. No matter the prophecy, behave yourself wisely. God can give you great prophecy, but your wrong behavior can shortchange you. How? Am I communicating here? Stop commonizing help. Stop looking at your today and commonizing the platforms of yesterday. Because it's yesterday that led you here. It's yesterday that led you here. I said it's yesterday that led you here. And it's today that will lead you there. Stop commonizing help that was given to you yesterday. I can tell you, I've seen people with ingratitude drop from height, from peak, from apex, from zenith. They drop. Are you following me? Learn gratitude. Learn gratitude. Learn gratitude. This world is a wicked world. Nobody has time for anyone. When you see somebody who remembers you, be grateful. Be grateful. You see somebody who remembers you. We're not in that generation. Every man for himself. People only remember you when there's a benefit tied to them. You see somebody who consciously, listen, take cognizance of people who just check on you to know how you are doing. Whenever you are in silence, they've not heard from you for a while, they just check on you. It's a week, I've not heard from you. Are you fine? No attachment. Those are friends. Say, how are you calling? Say, nothing, I've not heard from you. Are you okay? Okay, I just say I should know if you are fine. No demand, no pressure, no eager for support, nothing. Note them. Note them. Note them. Let such name register in your mind, because those are the only friends you have. You can be surrounded with several men and yet you have no man. You have no man. You can be surrounded with several people. There are some people, if they leave your space now, they don't remember you. They don't remember you. The only remembrance they have of you now is because they are still around your space. But you are carrying them as burdens. You are carrying them as projects. But they don't really care. They don't really care. Hello? The Lord give you understanding. Are you aware that there were certain supports you gave out that was a waste? There's no reward. There are certain time and pleasure you gave that was a waste. But I'm talking to that young woman and to that young man. So again, I know you met the wayside. I know you met stony grounds. I know you met thorns. So again, love again. Open your heart again. I know it has been bruised. It has been shattered. As a young man, you say, I would rather stay single because of what was done to me. Open your heart again. Open your heart again. If this is what marriage is, I am done. Open your heart again. Open your heart again. Open your heart again. If this is how it is to go to school, I'm done. Go back. I'm sure I'm talking to somebody here. I'm talking to somebody. Lift your hands.